moving on. Anything else for the police department? Yeah, well, I don't know if we need to sign. Okay. We need a vote to accept the letter of resignation from Deputy Chief Martinez, retiring on August 3rd, 2025. October. We're moving to the future.
Yeah.
Anybody want to make that motion to accept it?
Reluctantly.
Support.
Any discussion? Now, if we all vote no, are you staying?
I'll be here. I'll be here to answer any questions always. You know, my phone down. You guys know how much I love the city. You know how much I love the city.
Thank you.
You know,
And we wanted to tell you what a great job you did.
thank you.
Really a wonderful job. A lot to put on you, and we really appreciate it. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Okay, going back on the agenda. Call the vote, please.
Bolton?
Yes.
McIsaac?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Alvarado?
Yes.
Yeah, after we go back to Jessica Windward, is there some action on that?
Yes. So I was trying to print off this letter that she sent to me. She is looking to change her status from resigned to retired. It's of no cost to the city. She can have retirement. She doesn't have retirement health care. She's looking to be out of law enforcement altogether. She would really like her retirement badge and to go forward with her new career, which is going to be cybersecurity. So if you want, I can read this letter, or I can try and get it printed out. My email's not working.
I think reading it would be fine.
Okay.
How long is it?
It's 3 pages. You know Jessica's long.
Yeah, I know Jessica.
Okay. So, honorable commissioners, today marks my 54th birthday. Given that I became a police officer when I was 26, I have spent over half of my life wearing a badge and a gun belt. I came to Melvindale with nearly 21 years of experience. I left another agency that for me was filled with frustration and setbacks. So many times I made plans to leave law enforcement entirely, but those plans always fell through somehow. Thinking of a change of agency would help my achievement, my original goal of being a small town patrol officer. I made a fresh start at Melvindale 3 months before I turned 48. I cannot count the number of people who told me I was crazy to make the move like that, but I'm glad I did. Although I'm not from Melvindale or anywhere nearby, I almost immediately felt at home in a way I had never felt in this job before. And for the first time in my career, I truly understand the concept of community policing. Unfortunately, the unique challenge of being a member of the Melvindale Police Department over the past year and a half led to my resignation on June 14th of this year. As you know, I originally sought reinstatement thinking that with just a bit of assistance, I could return to full duty and continue serving Melvindale as a police officer. However, after a great deal of soul searching, many conversations with loved ones, a full consideration of what is healthiest for me, and quite a few sleepless nights during which I wondered if I was making the right decision. I realized that perhaps the time had come to end the law enforcement career. I began graduate studies 2 years ago, and I'm on track to receive my degree in December. Other opportunities beckoned, and I would be untruthful if I said that my decision to leave Melvindale is an easy one. It is for the best, though, so I've decided to no longer explore the possibility of reinstatement and to not return to work as an officer in Melvindale or any other police department. Others encouraged me to seek legal remedies for some of the things that occurred during my employment with Melvindale, and I did consult with an attorney, but ultimately I have no interest in suing the city that gave me the opportunity to accomplish some of what I set out to accomplish back when I first took an oath in 1998. I won't be pursuing any legal action. Then Melvindale was too good to me for too long for me to seriously consider doing anything that would hurt the community, and I have no desire to have anything but a happy ending to my time there. I'd rather focus on the many positive aspects of my time as a Melvindale police officer and consider what I was able to do instead of what I couldn't get around to because of circumstances. I coordinated the donations of a gym for the department. I expanded and rewrote the accommodations policy. I wrote and revised other policies that benefit the department. I put forth some ideas for efficient operations and methodology in several areas. I was a field training officer, a defense tactics instructor, a background investigator. I have a perfect service record and treated everyone with respect under all circumstances. I made many very good lifelong friends. I had the opportunity to train and mentor young officers, and I know the department's future is in good hands because of them. Most significantly, I was able to save a life or two, change a life or two for the better, and help some people who really needed someone to champion their cause. I did the job as well as I could, and for as long as I could. For police officers, the goal of making a difference can seem so elusive, so unattainable, but I was able to make a difference in Melvindale, and I consider myself fortunate for the opportunity. Maybe the ending came sooner than I thought, and in a way that I wouldn't otherwise have chosen, but I firmly believe that everything happens how it is supposed to, when it is supposed to. It was simply stated, time for me to be finished. I would like to make a request though. I'm humbly asking for the approval of the commission to change my status from resignation in good standings to retired. After 27 years as a police officer, I would much rather be able to classify myself as a retired than as having just plain quit. It's not much more than semantics, really, but still. A status change would facilitate faster and easier completion of Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act application, which essentially authorizes me to carry a concealed firearm under certain conditions. I would be responsible for a fee associated with this application and subsequent training mandates, and no liability would attach to the city of Melvindale or the Melvindale Police Department. Under ELOSA guidelines, an applicant must have at least 10 years of service, and I easily meet that qualification or requirement. I have asked the union president if the union would have any objections to me reclassifying as retired, and she stated that the union would not. The state of Michigan allows for status change, and the Michigan Commission of Law Enforcement Standards digital records. My application was in good standing and is currently noted as such, so no objection to modification would be raised by the state. Whew, told you she was long-winded.
We've both experienced that.
Since there is no pension offered by the city at this time, and since I have already withdrawn my retirement accounts, reclassification would not present any sort of financial burden for the city of Melvindale, and I have no expectations of any kind of financial or insurance benefits. I would even be willing to cover the fee associated with the insurance of my retirement badge and ID card. Therefore, there should be no impediment to changing my status from resigning good standings to retired. Either way, I do not regret coming to Melvindale. It was a good run, and I consider the last 6 years to be time well spent. I will always wish nothing but the best for the city and its people, and will continue to pray for the safety and success of all. Respectfully, Jessica Winward.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think we need to take that under advisement, figure out. I have no objection to doing that. But but I think we need legal advice.
For sure.
So we'll take that under advisement at this time and, come back with the next meeting. I'm speaking for anybody else. Okay, thank you. Going back to the, agenda, anything else for the police department?
Yeah, so we've been working on the minimum requirements for chief of police. We've gone back and forth, from the list that we submitted, a year ago, then as a group we fell short, didn't get it done, but now we do. Me and Roger have gone back and forth on a few things. I believe everybody has a copy, updated copy from Roger.
This is the update.
Okay. Yeah, the updated does not have the scoring part,
Updated.
yeah, so, that's something we can look into in the future. But as we have it in our hand, I'd like to make the motion that this be the minimum qualifications going forward for police chief, yes.
For police chief. Anybody want to support that?
Support.
Discussion?
The only other thing I'd like to add, that won't be added to this, but in the future going forward, it was suggested, talking to some of my colleagues over the last couple of weeks, and I can't remember what we called it. The short is, I'd like to add two things to this eventually, not at this time, but eventually. One would be a public, I guess, meet and greet, meeting with the elders, something where the city leaders in the community would come and meet the candidates, pastors, business owners, so on and so forth.
That would be a modification to this.
No, I'm not talking about now.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah, it would be a modification to be made
Right
later
now,
down
we
the
have a
road.
motion to
Right.
accept it,
Right.
and we have a support, and we're in discussion.
Yeah, this is just discussion.
So down the line?
Yeah, this is down the line ideas. The other would be a chief's board down the line as well. So those are other ideas going later down the line, but the motion just for what we have listed.
Okay, any more discussion? I have this for anyone who would be interested in reading this someday. Call the vote, please.
Bolden?
Someday, not now. Yes.
McIsaac?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Alvarado?
Yes.
Fire chief, welcome, Mr.
Welcome, thank you. Hey, it's been a pleasure introducing myself and meeting each and every one of you. Thank you
We're
for having me
always
here
folks.
tonight. Yeah, hey, I love Melvindale. I get a great time. I work here at the station, and maybe someday soon I'll be stationed over here again. Let's take a look at the report that has all our numbers and statistics at it. Melvindale seems to be pretty similar to last August. It's the first one over here with all those. Last August, we had 178 medical runs. This August, we had 179. We had 3 fire incidents this past month, or this past in August, and we had 2 last year. The fires that we did have are noted down under fire incident details. You see address. Only one was actually in the city. The other ones were outside city limits, but our station did respond to that. We had a total last August, of 229 total incidents, and this year we had 222. So everything's been pretty similar. There's no drastic changes in the type of runs that we go on. I mean, you might see something that's 156% up, but it's like back pain, but it could be a couple runs. I did provide each member with our fire incident reports, if you guys want to look them over to see what type of runs for fire-related incidents that our crews went on from Station 5. Our response times for EMS calls last year for EMS was 5:41. This year we're at 5:31, so a little bit of a better performance this year than last August. Last year for our fire incident times, it was a 6:30 response time, and this year we're at 5:58. So we're trying to improve.
So we've improved on both of
We
those.
improved on both, at least our month of August, which is usually a busy month with traffic. So we had a cooking fire at 17954 Henry. And then they assisted out of city limits at westbound I-94 at Schaefer for grass fire and fire under at $3,001, which was industrial issues over there. You guys have any other questions?
Any questions for the fire department?
No, but I do like these reports.
I'll bring them.
These are new for us, we like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, so I'll bring them every month, just so you guys can get an idea of what happened.
It's a lot more detail.
Let you guys know what's going on.
That is pretty cool.
I'll give you guys my business cards. We love Melvindale. Anything, I can be another asset for you guys over there. If you need have any questions, just give me a call. I'll help you out anyway.
Thank you for that. Just, off the top of your head, you give us an update of your, how many firemen do we have? Are we hiring?
Last, like I said, I've been off for 4 months, but last we had is 155, I think. Melvindale, you know, we always house 5 guys at Station 5, so we always have a 3-man engine and 2-man rescue in service. I know we're probably down from 155, so we're trying to get some guys, but right now it's a hard time to get firefighters. Paramedic is something that's hard for these younger generations to accomplish. The testing has gotten harder, and it's just getting harder for us to get people into the business. So we used to have 40, 50 guys who apply. Now we're getting like 6, and some of them won't have all their qualifications. So yeah, it's changed quite a bit in the last 10 years.
Thank you for that. Anything else for the fire department? Moving on. Thank you. You did good on your first meeting.
Hey, first week back, eh? Throw me in the fire.
Corporate counsel. Roger.
Well, again, guys, sad to see you go. Thanks for your
Yeah,
service.
thank you. Sorry to hear about Windward too. And with the M-Coles thing too, we can look into that with
That's
changing.
what we're doing, yeah. Okay. All right.
Audience participation.
Nate doesn't mark that, something?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hello, Faisal Nasser. I'm sad from what I heard with Martinez. I was hoping maybe you guys could maybe hold that paper and for a week or something, let him think about this, and maybe you guys counsel him too, because he's put his blood, sweat, and tears into the city. And the thing I know about him, he's an honest person, and he's tired of all this BS that's going on, investigating council, investigating the officers. He's our deputy chief. He's our, huh?
Must be us.
He's not, no. He's our chief. He's our deputy chief. He's our head detective. He's a patrol officer, because we don't have enough officers, but that's not what people think. But just so you know, he's patrolling our streets. He doesn't even have time. I'm looking at him and I feel sad just watching his face. He doesn't want to leave. It's just too much. He's in the court today. It's just, I wish if you guys can counsel or just don't let him go just like that. Do whatever you can, because he's our rock. And he really is. And again, he's an honest person. He doesn't like the BS, and he can't lie. And when he sees people lying, it bugs him and it hurts him. And because there's other people out there that they're what you call politicians, and that lie is easy. Oh, he's not that person. And I just wish you guys would hold that and maybe take a couple days, think about this, because we don't want you put too much time into the city, and we love you. And I talked to about 20 officers today, and they all don't want you to go nowhere.
Thank you. Yes.
I have no clue what's going on.
I'm sorry.
No.
Can I say one more thing? I forgot.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to say this, but I think it's going to get easier, because now we're going to get a chief, and your job ain't going to be as hard, because you're doing everything. I'm talking about everything. So now with the chief, he can take care of all them problems, and you can focus on your job. That's it.
Thank you. You want to say something briefly to that?
Yeah, like I said, I have no clue what's going on, but as far as you, Deputy Chief, me and you worked at arson case over there. I've never seen someone more professional, hard work in locating evidence that we were able to pretty much, I don't know the final of the case, but we were able to locate someone, we were able to fingerprint, send off evidence to the lab, and working with, back then it was Lieutenant Martinez, but now Deputy Chief, very professional, and me finding this out was pretty sad to know, man. You are awesome, and this is what you wish. I wish you the best. But if it's not, I do hope you reconsider, because you're an asset to this community.
Thank you.
No.
You guys about getting a new chief.
Audience participation.
I'm at site. Do I give you the address? I don't need.
3100 Oakwood.
Yep.
Straight ahead.
So I came into the meeting for the interim chief, but it was shocking news. Deputy Chief Martinez leaving. My brother worked with him for over 2 years. I worked first as an ordinance and then as an officer for 14 months. And he always spoke good about him, and I worked with him for it's about to be a year. And like Faisal said, he's an honest person. He never backstabbed no one. He's always honest and always helping people out. Even when people are backstabbing him, he's always there to help them out when they need help. We hope you guys keep the paper for another week, and we hope, Deputy Chief, you think about it. Take another week and think about it. Take some time off. Take some time off.
Thank you. Audience participation.
Evening, Council. My name is Angelo Gregorola. 5 years ago, I came in here with a big old smile on my face. Most of you know me. I was scared, shaking, talking about chickens.
Yes.
Still upset about that one.
I know. Now 5 years.
Still referred to as the chicken man.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, it's not so happy. 5 years, I've seen multiple officers leave. I've seen a chief leave. I've seen an investigation start. I've seen multiple investigations start, actually. I've seen an investigation for you guys sitting up here. I've seen one for the police department start, and I have to sit back and say, what the hell has happened? I don't know if it's the council. I don't know if it's the residents anymore. I don't honestly know what's going on and who to look at, point a finger, because there's 3 pointing back at me saying that I'm not doing enough as a resident. I've tried to put it out there. I've tried to understand it. I've watched these officers break apart when one of their own had fallen. I watched the whole state cry. Officers in other states even. All of that within 5 years. And I've seen a chief leave. I've seen, like I said, officers leave, get up in front of council meetings, voice their concerns. I've seen rules and regulations putting on officers that they can't speak, and for what? Honestly, is it helping or is it hurting the citizens at this point? Is it that much of a political game and people worried about their own power sitting up in these chairs that we're not correctly protected? I think we're short-staffed even still.
In our opinion.
Now we have a leader, another leader, within 5 years leaving. Where does this start? Where does it end? I would honestly like to know your opinion about how you feel about this investigation, but I can tell it's not good. That's just my opinion. So I would honestly like, if possible, you guys to come to the council meeting and ask for an internal investigation on the council. It's time to see where this starts and ends. And the only way that I see that happening is not for you guys to go through an investigation, not through the police department, but the actual where it starts. The people that make the decisions that were elected by the people themselves. I thank you for your time listening to me tonight, and I hope that you take that to heart to come and question that with me.
Thank you for your comments. And one comment on that, when we enter the council meeting, we're residents just like you.
I know. That's why I
So
said I hope you
residents.
come as a resident like me.
Audience participation.
Alright, you're not further, so I'm gonna start with, thank you guys who showed up Saturday for our event, appreciate it. DC, I really wish you considered, because you made me a better person. You have helped so much with everything we've done. Then I don't mind helping the police, and I don't know what temporary chief is gonna fill the shoes. So, we give him time off, like go to Scotland, man, I'm telling you. I'll show you the house that he's gonna buy for me. You gotta, you can't leave here, we need you, and right now it's falling apart, and Faisal, everybody's sad, can you think about it, cause you are a good person, you and she, and Faisal and Ahmed, and all of our police, you guys have made me a better person. So, I thank you. And by the way, Callie always takes us all out to eat after the thing.
She does.
So,
You just rented a house, I think, so I think you can help out a little bit.
no. So just so you know, you better take us all out afterwards.
Audience participation. That's it? Come on. All right. Commissioners' comments. Martha.
I'd like to receive and place on file all correspondences from the police and fire department or office.
Support. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Both, almost forgot I had to do that. Both,
Yes.
McIsaac,
Yes.
McDaniel,
Yes.
Alvarado.
Yes.
Anything else?
Deputy Chief, I hate to see you leave too, but I do understand. That's all I have.
Joe?
Yeah, this is it's a hard job. We know that. There's some guys out there in the audience and women who know that as well, more so than the rest. If you reconsider, I will guarantee you that everyone in this body will tear up that piece of paper in a second. And if you choose not to, we will all be there for you in every endeavor you have, my friend. Every endeavor. Whether it's continuing the profession, whether it's asking if they want fries with their Big Mac. Probably a lot less stressful. I don't know. Everybody else, I'm not going to ask you to reconsider. I'm going to ask you to follow your heart, follow what your head and heart need to do. You'll make that decision for you and your loved ones. And we all love you. So, I'll leave the other one to you.
Kevin?
Well, I think you were talking. I want to echo everyone's comments. I'm heartbroken that you're leaving, but I do understand. I watched you go through, the ringer for the last several months, and it's a testament that you've been able to hold things together as well as you have. I hate to see you go, but again, I like Joe, you got to do what your heart tells you to do. But I wish you would reconsider. If there's anything if you want to talk later, or I'd be happy to talk later. But thank you for everything you've done for the city and the schools and the residents and I didn't see this. Well, I'm not surprised, but I was surprised when I heard the news today. Or yesterday, but I heard it. But I'm sorry to see you go. If you go. And then I'd like to now thank everyone. We had a lot more applicants for our interim police chief position than we ever could imagine. I think I counted 22 applications. Obviously, there were a lot that didn't meet the qualifications, but you know, they came from Indeed and things like that. But we had. I had spoke to several, and kind of several people that were interested in the job, and they were all very well qualified. But at the end of the day, we could only pick one, or I could only pick one, or choose one for my, my kind of ranking. And but I'd like to thank everybody that applied, everybody that we talked to on second interviews and third interviews, I guess, and it was a difficult job. But when we can only pick one person, and based on the experience and the recommendations from and references and recommendations, I'd like to make a motion for our interim chief position, subject to council approval, subject to working out a contract. I'd like to recommend that we hire Christopher Egan for our deputy chief, our interim police chief position. Interim chief position.
Anybody want to support that?
I'll support.
Discussion. Well, I agree with you. We've got many candidates. Many of them are overqualified for the job. We have to pick one, and it's a short-term position. Potentially, it could be over tomorrow. Our chief could come back. It's a real tough situation to put some of our candidates in who are still willing to leave what I consider pretty nice jobs to come and do that. Mr. Egan has quite a few years as a police chief and some flexibility that he can start immediately, which our criteria changed, and that's my comments on that. Anybody else?
Yeah. So most people are, some people probably aren't clear. We've never done this before, so we're learning on the fly. We're going under a lot of advice of counsel. I've talked to counsel, like fellow board members, and a lot of people I trust in law enforcement. I've also made several calls to talk to many of the, I shouldn't say many, my top picks, personal picks for the position. Had several conversations with them, and I don't think we could go wrong in any of them. I really don't. So this is new. And I know the men and women of our department are probably scared from someone from the outside. I know that feeling. I've been there. Sometimes change is good. We got to give this process an open and a willing participation. We got to make it work. I know the men and women of our department have been pushed to hell and back, and they still continue to go forward. I don't think this will be any different. To all the candidates you put in, especially those that I've talked to on an individual basis, thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy, your passion. Above all, I think is probably the biggest thing that I got from everybody was the passion for the job. I just hope we do the right thing.
More discussion? Call the vote, please.
Ford,
Yes.
McIsaac,
Yes.
McDaniel,
Yes.
Alvarado,
No.
Anything else, Kevin?
No, that's it. That's all I have.
Yeah, my portion, if we could rip it up, I'll do it right now. You came to us, you were given an incredible amount of workload. And we all saw that. You motored through. Health of our current chief affected your training, and we all know that. And really, we can't say enough good things about the job you did. What you do in the future is your business, but you know that you're well liked and well taken. And then on the picking of a chief, which changed the criteria because we basically lost our leadership at the end of this month. We needed somebody that could step in immediately. And I know people are going to criticize our decision, but you can go to hell if you're going to blame us for not trying. We worked hard. We called so many candidates. And we have lives. We do our own jobs, and we did a lot of work.
That's the fact.
So, as citizen volunteers, we put a lot of effort into this. And what else was I going to say? Okay, so we have on our agenda closed session. We're told we can't have a closed session. So that was a clerical error, not on the secretary, but on the
No, thank you.
chairman of the group. So now we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Support.
Discussion, call the roll, please.
Bolden?
Yes.
McIsaac?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Alvarado?
Yes.